Hello everyone, I am Roach Dubs. Do you actually believe that? Anyways, today I want to talk about the problem with being quiet. Now, there's nothing wrong with being quiet inherently, but there's pros and cons to every personality trait that anyone has. And there's honestly a lot more cons to being quiet than there is to, being more talkative or kind of loud or whatever. But let's get right into it. So when I was younger, I was always a really quiet person because I just didn't know. I didn't want to say anything and I didn't know what to say. Like I remember one time I was in elementary school and I had came home. I was like, Mom, today on the playground I was doing this with my friends. She was like, you have friends? Hold on, let's pump the brakes. You thought I was going to school every day, sitting in the back of the class and not talking to nobody? I realized that I wasn't only quiet to other people, I was quiet to my family members. Like I would go in my room after school, make sure all my work was done or whatever. This is like when I'm 7 or 8. Start playing with my WWE action figures and all of that, and not bother anybody until it was time to go up there and eat. Then I'll come back to my room and go to bed, do the same thing the next day. So I understand why people thought, hey, he doesn't even talk to anybody or he doesn't bother anybody, he just be chilling. Because I was just chilling, but I wasn't like a social outcast. I was quiet by choice. Most quiet people are, they just don't want to talk to other people. It's not a bad thing. Like I really just be chilling by myself. But as I got older through high school, my 9th grade year and my 10th grade year, I was the most quiet I've ever been in any social areas, right? So people would come up to talk to me. I would say, I wouldn't even speak. I would just wave and I would do yes and no answers to every question that they had most of the time because I just didn't speak a lot. And I don't know why I was doing that, but I realized like I was making myself look weird because I was constantly avoiding any type of social interaction. Like I would rather go the long way around somewhere instead of having to go through people and say excuse me. And I'm low-key still like that I'm low-key still like that today, but it's generally not as bad. And when I was in 9th grade, I didn't talk at all. Like my teachers would be like, yeah, that's Roach, he doesn't say anything, because I just didn't really speak a lot. I didn't want to. And that was also peak. That was like 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. That was like my freshman year at like towards the end of 2020. That was my freshman year. And of course I was new to high school and everyone was sick and all that because it was 2020. So I really wasn't talking to a lot of people. I always wear my mask. And I was just like a quiet person. It's like I was invisible. Like I could just fade away into the background and just watch everything that was going on. Then at the time, I still had like a boosie fade type of cut. I didn't grow my hair out yet. So, I also lost some oral points for that. But there's nothing wrong with not being a talkative person. But I was talkative to the point of like making it bad on myself. I was just weird. Like as I got older, I became quiet, but just because I didn't feel like talking. I would still be cordial with people. Now moving on to my 10th grade year, it was still bad. I can't even say that it got any better. Like I was just still really quiet. If I was like with my friends or anything and they will go up and start talking to people, I would just walk away because I don't want to be interacting with people that I don't know, let alone people that I don't want to introduce myself to or have common interests. I would just leave that situation alone because that was just who I was. There's nothing within doing that, I got labeled as a lot of things, a lot of negative things, as in saying, oh, he's a school threat, or oh, he probably has something going on, he's gonna do something bad to somebody, or hey, he's just weird, or he's just that quiet guy. Like a lot of negative things were said, but honestly, at that point in life, like there was no people knew that I wasn't the type to get bullied. So if they said something about me, it wasn't ever to me because I wasn't scared of confrontation. I just didn't want to talk to you, honestly. So that's what with a lot of quiet people often think, oh, that person's quiet, they're soft, I can really say whatever I want. I wouldn't advise that because quiet people be chilling, but the thing is, they're quiet, not scared. They're choosing not to talk to you because they don't want to, or at least that was in my situation. So people would often say mean things or whatever. I would never bat an eye, and people would like back in like 10th grade, I never ate my lunch. So I would be at the lunch table and I would have my lunch tray in my hand, and instead of people asking to get my lunch, I'd be like, hey Roach, can I? Then I'll just grab it and walk away. I never cared because I didn't eat it. I didn't like that food. But other people are like, you just gonna let them do that and da. I mean, yeah, I don't care, bro. It's not a big deal. And I wouldn't even respond. Like I was just super quiet. Now moving on to like the final years of my high school, time, my 11th and 12th grade year, I really started blooming out of my, like, I suppose you could call it a shell. And I became way more not even more talkative, more cordial and polite to people. So people often, like, they thought I was a cool guy, but I was just quiet, and like I had a mean face all the time, and they just thought I was pretty chill, but I just wasn't a talker. Like a lot of people started, thinking I was cooler and more polite, and they not respected me more, because they already respected me because I just didn't bother anybody. They just thought I was more of a approachable person. So it was people that were actually drawn to how mean I looked all the time, and like my sarcastic tone of voice, because when I was like back then, still now actually, I would have this really sarcastic sounding voice, but I would be super serious when I say things. So they'd be like, were you joking or were you not joking? And the fact that they didn't know if I was joking or not made them laugh at what I was saying, even if I was being serious. And I found that funny because it's like a 50-50 every time I say something. But honestly, there's nothing wrong with being quiet. If you're quiet, you'll be fine. I realize a lot of my viewers are like 14 and down, which is insane. It's like I don't know. It's really weird because I feel like I'm inspiring younger people to, do something better. Like there's nothing wrong with being quiet, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. For me, when I got into my relationship that I'm in now, honestly, it was like a shot in the dark, right? So I was a quiet guy, and she was a quiet girl. So I was like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? Who she's now my fiance. So, like, hey, I still shot even though I was, quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, shooters gonna shoot, bro. You never know who you can meet ever. Like, if you're a quiet guy, shoot your shot. And if it don't go in, disappear into the background, bro. And like it never even happened. The worst that somebody could say is, ew, what the fuck is that? Get away from me, because you're so ugly. But you're not that ugly, and that would never happen. But please have some confidence in yourself. Go up to people that you might find attractive. You never know what can happen. My 6-year anniversary is today, September 21st. Ain't that crazy? But that's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all for being here. I'll see y'all later on.